What's going on, everybody? It's Barmine from Barmine Tech, and today we're going to be talking about AtlasOS. So if you're not familiar, AtlasOS is an actual package that you would install over Windows. It's not a actual standalone OS or operating system. It doesn't actually have like its own ISO that you could just install and work with. It's going to be a package that you're going to install over Windows. So let's just take a quick look at one of the machines that I built out with AtlasOS so you could have an idea of what it's going to look like. So this is a virtual machine that I built out. It has AtlasOS. It doesn't really have anything. It's like I said, it's a brand new virtual machine, but you can see some of the features are a little bit different. It has its own home screen background that it gets set. The taskbar down here is a little bit different. There's a few different packages that we'll cover in a little bit, but this is going to be roughly what AtlasOS is going to look like if you've never seen it before. If we come over to their website, it gets advertised as an optimized Windows that is going to run better performance-wise for gaming and maybe workstation use, let's say. So it does have a couple things that it talks about. Like I said, performance, usability, and privacy. The idea that it's going to strip down a lot of the bloatware and unnecessary systems that Windows gets by default and just overall make it run better. I'll link the site down below if you really want to read into it. Here are some of the performance differences that they are seeing based on their benchmark. So they're seeing that you're pretty much going to have lower hardware usage between your CPU and your memory, as well as for gaming, that's mostly what Atlas is targeted towards. You're going to get better performance for FPS and stuff like that in your games. I didn't test it per gaming because I don't have another machine set up to game with. I did this on virtual machines. So today we're going to go more off of some of the data available and just how to set it up if you're interested. But like I said, you can read through the site if you're interested. There is going to be a link down below to it. Now, just to get it out of the way, there are a lot of mixed opinions on AtlasOS. I've seen a lot of different videos on both sides of it and Reddit posts and everything else. It's something that I saw a couple weeks ago. Actually, one of my friends shared it with me. I figured, hey, why not give this a shot and let's make a video about it because maybe somebody else is interested in it. I'll say right off the rip, this isn't a system that I would run on a daily driver machine. Maybe if you have like a workstation you're looking to run, like you need something for your job or you need like for school or whatever it might be, and you need a really simplified Windows that's just going to work, this could be a really good option. But I don't think I would install this on a daily driver machine, and I'm just going to get that out of the way right away. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more later on in the video. For now, I'm going to get over to Proxmox, and we're going to start the install process on a new Windows 11 machine. I know I said we were going to go over to Windows, but we're going to talk about the dock really quick. So on the homepage, if you come to get started, this pop-up is going to come up, and it's going to bring you to the installation guide. Over here, you can read through all the prerequisites. Pretty much, you're going to need a latest Windows 11 machine, being that Windows 10 is no longer supported. Up to date and all set up pretty much, and then after that you can come back, and over here is you can follow the guide, and you're going to need to confirm and download these two packages. I'm going to hop over to my Windows 11 machine and we're going to get this going. So over here you can see we are on the Barmine Tech server. I'm going to open up a VNC over to this Windows 11 test machine, and you can see it's a fresh install. I just set this up. I was actually really annoyed because I only have a 22H2 image, and I was thinking back on the Windows 10 days, and I only gave this a 75 gig hard drive. It turns out that 75 gigs isn't enough to bring it up to 25H2 because the Update Assistant needs another 5. So you need almost 75, 80 gigs just to run Windows now, which is really, really awesome in my opinion. But that's irrelevant. We're going to go over to Edge. Like I said, there's nothing else installed on this computer, so we're just going to go to atlasos.net. We're going to do get started. I'm going to go right to here because I'm familiar. So we're going to do confirm. We're going to download the playbook, and then we're going to download the wizard. It's going to download a couple files. We're going to go to our desktop. I'm going to just make a new folder to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to do this Atlas, and we're going to pretty much extract everything to there. Before we get too much further in, I just want to say I made this to be a very lightweight machine. Like I said, it has 90 gigs of hard drive space, it has 2 cores of processor, and 4 gigs of memory. So nothing too crazy, but here is our baseline that we can see. We're using almost 3 gigs of RAM, and we have 167 processes currently running. So just keep that in mind for later on. So I'm just going to close this out. Our downloads should be all done, so I'm just going to open the folder, make it a little bit easier. So you can see both of these are all done, so I'm just going to right click and extract them over to that folder. So I'm just going to browse over to the desktop and extract it. I'm going to do the same thing with the other folder and we'll be right back. Okay, so now I have that all done, and in here is what we're going to need. So if I bring this back up, we can go to the guide if we want. We can read through it. Pretty much, like I mentioned, you're going to need a Windows 11 machine, all up to date. It does give you an option if you want to do optional drivers. It's probably going to make the install a lot more complicated. So I would just suggest having everything up to date and ready to go. And then after that, we just need to run the executables to install some stuff. So I'm just going to minimize this. And we need to run this AME beta. So we're going to click to run this. And now we're going to get this warning from Windows. And now this was something that Microsoft put in place, so pretty much they're going to warn against either, potential malware or anything like that, so like open source projects or unsigned exes similar to this, or just stuff they don't want running on their computers anymore. So you can click more info and run anyway, and then it's going to start the install of the tool we're going to be using to run the AtlasOS. We'll get the UAC. I'll just click yes, and then it should go through, and here we are. So now we could actually start with the actual Atlas process. So over here, it's just going to say get a playbook. So we already downloaded one. That's going to be this file over here, the Atlas playbook. So I'm just going to move this stuff around, and we're just going to drag and drop it over here. And now you can see it says it's loaded up. So the first thing it's going to want us to do is disable the security. So to actually go on with the install, we need to disable the security on the OS. And this is going to be so we can install the packages. So it's going to give you this box saying disable security. You can just click run action, and it's going to give you a button to open the Windows security tab. And you can just click open. You can see I already checked off to turn off real-time protection, but just turn all these off and just click yes to all the UACs. And after that, we should be all good. So you can just close that, and it automatically checks. Now you can see it says it's good. We can close this, and we should be all good. So we can click next again, and now it's going to pretty much check the Windows install to make sure everything's okay and ready to install. Now it does suggest to do this on a pretty much fresh Windows install. So you can see I actually have a couple requirements that aren't met. We'll address that in a minute. If you have a fully established computer already running, if we come back over to the guide, it has a section for the old Windows installation. So if you do want to just install over maybe a computer you already have running, you can. It's just going to move everything into like a separate folder, but I would recommend doing this over a fresh install just to make it easier. Now, I do have to prepare the system for a couple things, so we're just going to do run action, and it's going to do everything for us. It's going to reboot the computer, and when it does come back up, we'll be right back. You can see that the computer came back up, so I'm just going to sign in. And when it boots back up, you could just open up the AME beta again. It might prompt you to do some of this, so I'm just going to double check this again and make sure that the security didn't turn back on, and it did. So I'm just going to turn all these off. If this happens to you, you might do it as well. You can see we're all good. I can close this. We're going to click next. It's going to check the system again, but this time we actually should be all good because it applied whatever tweaks it already needed. And you can see now it says we met everything. So we can click next again. And over here, we just need to agree to the licensing. So I can just click next. I agree. And now over here, we're going to go through the actual Atlas playbook to set up what configurables we want. So I'm just going to come over here to select options. And I do want to enable Defender. I do need some sort of antivirus, whether I'm going to actually use this machine or not. If you are and you're not going to be using some sort of third-party one, I would recommend keeping Defender on if you choose to. This is a configurable for CPU usage. I'm just pretty much going to follow all the recommended ones for this setup. If you are interested, there is a learn more button, so you can read a little bit more into it if you want to. But like I mentioned, I'm just going to keep all the recommended. These are going to be for Windows updates, so I am going to disable the automatic ones because there may be an update that comes out that breaks AtlasOS. I'd rather wait and install them when I'm ready to ensure it's not going to conflict with any of the systems or anything running. Over here is going to be some power use settings, so you can just uncheck all these if you want or check them back up. These will probably be more relevant if you're using a laptop or maybe if you do have power saving options set. You can click next again. These are going to be some of the onboard apps, so maybe you do need snipping tool. Probably going to want to keep that. If you're not a fan of Edge, you could actually have it remove it, and then it'll give you an option to install a browser, and it will give you an option to select which one you may want. I'm going to click next again. And now it's going to install the Atlas Toolbox. This is going to be how you'll be able to continue to tweak the operating system and kind of change some more stuff around as you want. So I'm going to click next. And now we can select which browser we want. I'm going to stick with Brave. It's what I daily drive, and I do like Brave. I'm going to click OK. And we are all set, so I'm going to click next. And now it's going to actually install everything. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time. And now while this runs, if you are interested, you can kind of move some stuff around. And you'll notice Task Manager's opening up. Over here we have, like disk cleanups running, so it's working actively to kind of cut some stuff down. So you can watch in the Task Manager if you're interested. We can't minimize this, so you kind of just have to make it work how you want. I'm in a VNC window, so it's a little tight, but if you're on like a full desktop, it probably will work a lot easier. But you can kind of see as it starts to drop stuff down. When I move this over, you could already see that the processes are significantly dropping down. I think we started out at around like 160, and you can see we're steadily going down. When we are all done, we should be around 80. So I am going to jump over to the box that I have all done, just in the interest of time, so we can see what it really looks like when you're all done. After this is finished, it's pretty much just going to tell you it's all done. You might need to do another reboot, but you're all good to go. So I'll just bring this back up, and this is what Atlas will look like. It'll install whatever browser you selected, and it'll make all the changes. And if there is stuff you do want to change again, you can still do it, so don't worry. And so over here on your desktop, you'll have the Atlas Toolbox, or in the folder maybe of how we did it, and you can click yes, it'll open up, and then you can have a whole set of tools over here to change some stuff. So if you want to check out any of their links, you can do so. They have like their own kind of app store, so if you want to download some more stuff, you can. You could scroll through here. They have stuff like Steam, Discord, Git, if you maybe need TeamSpeak or Spotify, but you could scroll through here and you can install some stuff. You could just select it and install. We do have general configurations, so you can come over here and you can change a lot. This is going to be how it really cuts down on the processes running and gets better performance out of the computer. So you can change these as you need, but this is again how it makes it run better. So we have some options in here, and you can click through as you need. There's interface tweaks and a lot of the animations and stuff similar to that. It's how Windows drives up the hardware utilization, and that's why the computers don't always run as well. So you can adjust stuff in here as you need. There's Windows settings, so you could adjust stuff in here as well. You can click through and you could really go crazy if you want, and you could just kind of keep messing through here and changing stuff as you need. As a base setup, this is pretty much it. And if I open up Task Manager, you see everything is still running, but processes are at 86. You can see back over here, it's still working to uninstall a bunch of stuff, and it is steadily decreasing. So we should be sitting around that point. You can see I'm using about 2.5 gigs of memory, and it is running better. Like I said, this would be more for me as like a workstation use. I wouldn't use this for gaming or daily driving use, but this is how you would set up AtlasOS and kind of get everything going for a baseline. So now, like I was mentioning earlier, there are some, different opinions on AtlasOS. It is a open source project, and similar to some of the stuff I mentioned, like the Microsoft Threat Defender, seeing it as, potentially malicious, do you really want to run it, and why they can't run it as its own image, you got to install it on top of Windows. This all ties back to, in the past, I've known that there was beef between Microsoft and them. They don't really like it. I can't blame them. It's, cutting down their project. I'm not going to get into all that, but from a security stance, I don't really know what all this does. I'm not a security software engineer, but we can see that this does make a ton of tweaks to a system. So I don't know the long term of what's going where. It's open source, so people might change stuff as we go. And we might have the even bigger one that Microsoft might put out a update one day that will completely clip AtlasOS, and now this won't work anymore. And now you have a computer that's just a brick. Like I've mentioned, I wouldn't daily drive this, and those are all kind of reasons why. It's a fun little project to maybe have as like a VM for work, just to kind of have like a jump box or something simple to work with, but I wouldn't daily drive it. So that's how we set up AtlasOS. It's some of my thoughts on it. If it is something you want to run, more power to you. You can check it out and really see what you think. It's just a fun little project to work on. It was something I saw and figured, why not make a video on it? I want to thank you all for watching. As always, I'll have links to all of my gear in my home lab down below. I'll have a link to the Discord server if you want to join over there. And again, I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as my buddy Dom would say, hack till it hurts.